Hello YouTube fans, this is Jimmy here again. I wanted to make an engine building tip for anybody who's interested in building a turbocharged Gexer, or turbocharged anything really for that matter when it comes to a motorcycle. Alright, now this here is my original crankcase to my twin turbo Gexer. Alright, now what happened was I produced 6 pounds of boost on a Land Rover Turbo. Okay, that was one of the single turbo setups I had on this bike. And at 6 pounds of boost, it did this. See that right there? Let's get that in the light a little better. Focus. Damn it. There we go. Alright, now, here's something I want you to try and tell me. I know it's a bad view, but can you tell me where the top ring gap is? That's awful funny, huh? It don't look like it's got one, does it? That's because it welded itself together. The ring gap on the factory Gexers, at least my motor with 36,000 miles, had exactly 7 thousandths of an inch ring gap. And well, 6 pounds of boost is enough to swell that ring. And what it does is it basically starts trying to grab the cylinder. And luckily these pistons are very, very strong. And well, it didn't break. So I got lucky there. I was able to use all my rods, my crank, my main bearings, everything like that. Main thing here is I just want you all to understand the importance of the ring gap. When I went back together with the new motor that's on my twin turbo, one of the major things I made sure I did was set my ring gap. Now, I'll show you a real quick way to make sure your ring is nice and level and somewhere a decent place to check it. I've got my oil ring here on one of my other pistons. Just simply take the piston, shove it down until it's flush with the other ring, and then you're ready to inspect ring gap. And you see that very, very, very tiny gap? That's 7 thousandths. Now, I don't have a feeler's gauge at hand right now, or I'd show you what 15 thousandths looks like, but it's bigger than that. Now, I set my top piston ring at 15 thousandths ring gap. It was 7, just like this one. It's just like the one that blew up. And my second ring, which this is the second ring, the second ring factory had a total of 10 thousandths. Now I made my second ring a total of 19 thousandths. It's 1 thousandths from service limit, according to the factory manual. The reason why I gapped it so large is, for one, I don't care if I have to tear it back apart at the end of the year. I really don't care. I enjoy building motors. If I scatter this new engine on YouTube trying to see what it'll do with 20, 25, 28 pounds boost, whatever I can squeeze out of it, I want to find the weak links in the engine. And I will find them. And you all probably get to see them, and I hope you all enjoy them. And one of the major things I did here is this, and modifying the combustion chamber. Honestly, a lot of y'all could get away with just gapping your rings and running like 10 to 11 pounds of boost, and you should be fine. You wouldn't have this happen. But, you know, things happen. A lot of people don't want to take the pistons out and gap the rings and all that. Well, if you don't, you'll be buying an engine or a crankcase like I did and swapping everything over and all that good fun. Now, I was mentioning I did a modification to my cylinder head. My cylinder head, I actually enlarged the combustion chamber. I removed all the valves, and I took all the ledges around the valves down with a grinder, and even took the valves and stuck them in my little lathe and machined them down just a hair, and actually machined a little bowl in them. so that way it would reduce compression. Then I took a piece of plexiglass and a milliliter syringe and measured the amount of fluid that each cylinder combustion chamber held. And I got my 13cc combustion chambers up to 20cc combustion chambers. And from my calculations with my head gasket, my factory pistons, I should be sitting around 8.5 to 1. So I feel very comfortable running 20 pounds of boost on some, 92 octane with maybe some octane booster, or just run E85 and run about whatever I want. But I plan on doing different race fuels, pump gas, you name it. I'm going to try and set up tunes for this engine all the way around the board. I will be installing 2 air fuel meters real soon, one on each turbo, and trying to show you how I tune on my Power Commander. And also, I ordered my clutches that I fried the other day. That's another $200. Yay. Well, hopefully they'll be here, I'm hoping, before the weekend. I am dying to ride my bike, and right now, all I can do is look at my broken pieces and wish it was together. But that's the fun of having a turbocharged bike. When it runs awesome. When it breaks big time. But if you take the right precautions and the right measures, you can push a lot out of these little engines. All the parts are made out of high quality material. Look at the factory piston, honestly. This here is high quality aluminum forged piston. You can't really beat that. And not only that, it's basically a flat top. When you put this in the cylinder and it's actually at top dead center, it's pretty much just a flat top. There's no dome. Nothing I wanted to shave down to weaken it or anything like that, because it's already, fairly lightweight and stuff. So major modifications: ring gap, using factory head gasket, modified combustion chamber, and ported and polished. And then 2 turbos, GT17s. It builds boost pretty nice. When I burnt the clutch out, I wasn't able to hold no more than 10 pounds of boost before it started slipping. Unfortunately, I didn't have my phone charged at the time I had 10 pounds of boost. And the next day, I put my phone up there to record the little trip I made, and it was just slipping so bad. It was just terrible. Now I'm getting ready to pull the oil pan off of it to drain out all that material of my clutch disc and get it prepped and ready for the clutches. And I want to have my air fuel meters installed before I ride it this weekend if I get my clutches. I'm going to make some more videos. I appreciate the support, fans. I hope y'all like my build. If y'all have any questions or any ideas on this bike, please let me know. I'm building this bike not just for myself, just for the sheer fun of it. When I'm done with it, I'm going to sell the bike and start all over again on another one. But I want this one to be right. I want it to be nice. I got a long way to go, but I just want to let y'all know how I'm doing it and some of my tricks. Talk to y'all later.